Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to High Top Sports Network's coverage of PIHL Class AA Varsity Hockey. Tonight, the Armstrong Riverhawks host the Hempfield Spartans in a division showdown. We are going to get the national anthem here and get this game underway shortly. Freeport, prior to this game, fell in a shootout to Norwin. Armstrong and Hempfield coming up next. National anthem now out of the way, so we are about to get underway here at the Belmont Complex in West Katanning. You are watching High Top Sports Network. My name is Josh Schreckengost. Alongside me, to my right, the inimitable Dave Hartman, the one and only. And Dave is going to pick up a headset next time we're out here on the air, so can't wait for that. Dave, a little back and forth. It'll be great. Dave, we have back and forth as it is. I'm just the only one with a microphone. But we're going to get that rolling next time Dave and I are on the call together. Right now, Dave doing the camera work tonight, so getting ready for the Riverhawks and Spartans. And you're going to have to bear with me, folks. I printed out a roster and left it on my printer at home, so had to go with the old school, new school solution here. I took a photo of the scorebook, and I'm going to have it here in front of me, so hopefully I can keep up. A lot of scratches for the Spartans. But in goal, Blaze Becker, number 68, the opening faceoff, down into the Hempfield end, and we are underway here on High Top Sports Network. Centering pass in front, early chance for Rulo. And that one kicked away by Becker. If you were tuned in earlier this evening, you got to see Armstrong's Emma Paul get her 1,000th career point against Newcastle in a Riverhawks victory. Tonight, some hockey on the docket. Late start. That one up into the rafters. So play is whistled dead. So, nice milestone there for Emma Paul, one of the best athletes. Only a junior still. It's unbelievable to think. She has been starting since her freshman year, both on the basketball court and on the softball diamond. Just a tremendous athlete for Armstrong. So congratulations to Emma Paul as that one is shuffled in, and Dylan Morris just puts a glove on top of it. And that'll bring a face-off down into the Armstrong end. So one name you're going to want to look out for here for these Hempfield Spartans. I'm looking for it. He might be scratched, actually. Nope. Number 56, the captain, Nick Bruno. There was a scratch right above him. But you're going to want to look out for Nick Bruno. Tremendous talent, not the biggest guy, but tons of speed. Thanks to our friends at Westmoreland Sports Network for that little scouting report on Hempfield. coach Corey Myers in his first year on the bench for the Spartans. On the other side, Eddie Jeremy, the head coach of the Riverhawks. And these Riverhawks now in first place, sole possession of first place via the amount of wins that they've accumulated so far in this regular season in Class AA, and a monumental week for the Riverhawks last week as that pass tried to pop it ahead was Graff, and it pops out of play over the glass. Referee Trago waiting for the puck to be thrown back in, and it is. But the Riverhawks last week took care of business against Bishop McCourt, and then really a tremendous game, maybe the game of the year on Thursday against South Fayette. Went into a shootout, and Braden Landgraf, the captain, ended it in the shootout, a victory for the Riverhawks using the skate right there, and the net comes dislodged. So I think Becker went into it right there, and bearing down on him was Logan Hooks. So we are a couple minutes into this one, 2 minutes and 9 seconds to be exact. No score, face-off in the Spartans' end. Loose puck picked up right there by Armstrong. Maybe a centering pass looking for Bartygwin. And that low slap shot rattling around in front of Becker, but he is able to come up with it and force the face-off. Both Hooks and Bartygwin were in front of the net for Armstrong right there. Trying to poke one in off the rebound, but Becker able to control. This game, as I mentioned, got underway a little bit later than scheduled. Freeport falling to Norwin in a PIHL Class A, Single A matchup tonight. And the faceoff comes back down to the Armstrong end. In the faceoff, circle Caleb Hoffman. See if he can win it back to either Czech or Franceschi. And that puck does not stay in. It's going to be offsides. So the Riverhawks have to tag up. Poked away there by Hoffman. He's got Huff on his left. And Huff ends up with the puck. Not a good clearing attempt right there by number 44, Austin Herron. And working behind the net is Hoffman. Great centering pass by Hoffman. And he finds the stick of Chase Huff, who beats Becker for the game's opening goal. At the 13:58 mark, Riverhawks 1, Spartans nothing. Boy, talk about a heck of a pass right there by Hoffman to Huff. And Armstrong on the board first. Looking down, we got a pretty good student section tonight. Decent sized. And they were joyous at the goal there by Chase Huff. Loose puck in the slot, battling for it. Riverhawks. Franceschi comes up with it. Huff between the legs. Drops it off to Rulo. And Rulo, a little backhand pass, finds Huff. Looking for Hoffman in front. Centering pass to Czech. And he was at the dot, actually. Couldn't pull the trigger. As Hempfield comes the other way. And Hempfield not able to mount an attack right there as Rulo just gets it out, so Hempfield going to have to back up. That puck offsides. Bruno right there makes a steal. That puck sitting right on the blue line. And out of there with it comes Caleb Hoffman. Battle for it at center ice. There's Bruno again. Jamison Yakmak pushes it down toward Becker. Oh, turnover right there. And the Riverhawks looking to set something up. Landgraf pokes it around. And Hempfield trying to keep it away from the Riverhawks, but unable to get it out of their end as Landgraf uses his body, his shoulder in particular, to keep that puck in, and was also able to deliver a little bit of a check there after he kept the puck in. 12:15 left here, first period. Armstrong 1, Hempfield nothing on the strength of that Chase Huff goal. Beautiful pass by Caleb Hoffman to set up Huff. That pass a little bit too long. There goes Bartygwin down after it, but it will be an icing on the Riverhawks. Thank you to our wonderful sponsor tonight, our game sponsor, scoreboard sponsor, Night Courts in Fort Cliff. Dave, I'm sure you've been to Night Courts once or twice. Great place to go, watch the game. Tremendous food up there at Night Courts. Love going in there for lunch. Maybe have a beverage and a burger. So thank you to Night Courts in Fort Cliff, tonight's sponsor of our coverage of Armstrong Riverhawks varsity hockey. Bartygwin stick handles out of there, tries to throw it on net. Kicked away by number 74, Jamar Pritchett. Oh, Graff looking for an outlet pass right there. Bartygwin battling for it. Nikolai Todorov keeps it in for the Riverhawks. And in the corner, oh, nice stick work there by Bartygwin. And down low to Huff. Huff out there with Hooks and Bartygwin, Kutch, and Todorov on the blue line for the Riverhawks, but Hempfield able to come up with it. And they push it ahead into the Armstrong zone. Oh, Bruno, nice stick work there, but he couldn't go after the puck. His teammate was still in the Armstrong end. Bruno actually knocked that puck out of the air with the middle of his stick right down in front of him. Would have had a rush, but had to wait for his teammate to get back on sides. So Hempfield pushes their first shot on goal in on Dylan Morris. I'll make it their second, excuse me. Riverhawks leading in shots on goal, 3-2. Oh, high wrister goes upstairs, blocked down, and that slap shot putting on net by Austin Herron, but gloved up by Dylan Morris in the Armstrong net. 10:01 left here, first period on this Night Courts game night here on High Top Sports Network. Thank you to the fine folks at Night Courts in Fort Cliff. Trying to split the defense is Huff. Tough angle and he scores! Unbelievable! Chase Huff on a full sprint. Tough angle. Oh man, he was nearly on the red line. That goal line, I mean, it was an impossible angle there for Chase Huff. And somehow, some way, beats Becker for the second goal of the game and his second goal of the game. Chase Huff coming out here flying. And a beautiful marker right there for the Riverhawks. He certainly did, Dave. Threaded the needle indeed. So Chase Huff with a beauty of a goal. Right there, took that pass, split the D, and somehow kept that puck low enough and angled it inside Becker's pads for the goal. 2-0 Riverhawks. Chase Huff with both goals for Armstrong. We got a stoppage here, and puck will come all the way back after an icing. Thanks also tonight to Phoenix Physical Therapy, Katanning, and Rural Valley. Another one of our great sponsors here on High Top Sports Network. And they will help you recover, recharge, and rise to new heights after an injury. And if you play hockey, physical sport, you get banged up, you go to Phoenix. See our friends Brian Brooks out in Rural Valley and also Damon Fermati here in Katanning. And they will help you get back on your feet. PhoenixPhysicalTherapy.com to book your appointment today. Well, this is a first, I believe, some old school M&M coming up on the stoppage music. Don't think I've heard the real Slim Shady played here. So we'll see if we go back to the early 2000s rap. I will give the staff here at the Belmont credit. They are always on top of it. Once there is a stoppage, there's always a song as Bartygwin gets tied up in the middle right there with number 74, Jamar Pritchett. Knocked around there. Rister on net. Bartygwin tried the deflection. I believe that was Hooks. And here's Todorov. He tries a shot. But that one is blocked down. And I believe that was number 19, Brecken Vieja. Villela, excuse me. Oh, they went back to the M&M. Must be like a pause button. Not really sure this song is like a sports song. You know, there's definitely some songs you hear during the stoppages, you know, get fired up, you know, some Van Halen or, you know, even some other rap, but not the real Slim Shady. It's got to be. Turnover right here. Comes Huff. Go 2-on-1 against Flitz D, and he's going to draw a penalty as he was hooked up big time by Hempfield, trying to get in on Becker and score that natural hat trick here in the first period. Huff just flying right now, Dave. He's got the speed. I mean, you got 2 goals under your belt in the first 10 minutes of the game. I'd be flying too.
They've been digging real hard too.
Face off here. Power play for the Riverhawks. And that penalty goes against number 92, Maxwell Short, for the Spartans. Check. Oh, try to keep it in. And now we're going to have Bruno on a breakaway. And watch out for this young man. He's got moves. And he scores the shorty. What is the call here by Trago? Well, talk about lightning out of a bottle. Nick Bruno. Shot out of a cannon right there. And I believe the Riverhawks are going to pick up a penalty. So Nick Bruno with the shorty. An unbelievable goal right there. Comes flying in on Morris. Couple of dekes, goes 5-hole. And I believe there was an interference call. That's what referee Trago had signaled was interference. I'm waiting to see what it is. The Hempfield bench.
Initially, he waved off the ball.
Well, let's.
On the board. I don't know what to do.
Yeah, the goal's on the board, and we got. I believe that's Owen Check over there. I believe that's Owen Check in the penalty box for the Riverhawks. But I'll tell you what, Bruno, I don't know how you take that one away from him. Well, the goal is good. So Bruno scores on the shorthanded effort. (2-1) Armstrong now, and we have Check. Well, now Check is out of the box. I'm very confused here, Dave.
No clue. And they took it off the board, too.
Yeah, no penalty now on the Riverhawks. You know, I don't like to come down on officials, so I won't. But, you know, you talk to a lot of folks outside the glass, and especially Armstrong assistant coach Glenn Kilgore. And sometimes, I mean, hey, this is high school hockey. These guys aren't pros. Some calls are going to get missed. But the Bruno goal will stand, and another shorthanded effort. Here comes Bruno again down the right side, busting in on Morris, backhand, and stopped by Morris. Centering pass comes out in front. Oh, big wrist shot right there, and blocked away by Morris. Two huge saves by Dylan Morris. And we nearly had a tie game right there, Dave, as Nick Eberhardt had a chance off the rebound of the Bruno shot, and this is not the power play that Armstrong head coach Eddie Jeremy had in mind. I'll tell you that much. Riverhawks, after those two quick goals by Chase Huff, give up a shorty to Nick Bruno, and then a couple of really good opportunities to the Spartans. Bruno sparking that second opportunity, and then Eberhardt with a point-blank wrist shot off the chest of Dylan Morris. And we still have 5:45 left here in a very eventful first period. Spartans now out shooting the Riverhawks 6-5. Hoffman tries to center to Yakmak and knocked away. Back to Hoffman. Here's Landgraf. His shot blocked down in the slot. Wyatt Tutek trying to get it deep to Yakmak. That puck all the way down in on Morris, and that'll do it for the Spartans. Penalty. Can't ask for a better penalty kill right there if you're Hempfield. Get a shorthanded goal, and you had Armstrong on their heels on that second attempt. Another near shorty. Puck right here in the neutral zone. And Hooks sends it ahead to Wyatt Tutak. Centering pass in on net. Oh, somehow, some way Becker gets the pads down and stones Landgraf. Huge save by Becker. Broken stick on the ice. And it is being removed by J.J. Williams. Doing the cleanup job there for the Spartans. 4:49 left first period. Thanks to Night Courts Restaurant. Give them a call, 724-763-7199. Place your order. Puck down in the Hempfield end. Centering pass cut off by the Spartans. And that puck wide of the net. High stick called here against the Spartans. 3:27 left. First period, Armstrong up 2-1. Couple of Chase Huff goals. And a shorthanded goal by Nick Bruno. So Dave alerting me that the Riverhawks took a penalty. That's Caleb Hoffman. Back the other way, Hempfield dumps it deep. Oh, a big check there by Owen Check. Laying the wood to Bruno. Knocked him down. Slap shot from the left side there, right above the dot. And a good save by Morris. Bruno here at the point controlling, fires it in! And somehow Morris saw that. I don't know how, Dave. I couldn't see it, and we had a great angle. There were plenty of bodies in front. And somehow Morris stayed with that puck off the stick of Bruno. It ends up in his glove. That'll force a face-off. And another hard shot from the point. That was Eberhardt, and the Riverhawks are able to clear it down. 42 seconds left here on the Riverhawks. Penalty to Caleb Hoffman. 1:52 left in the first half. So that puck goes up and out of play, so the face-off will come out of the Riverhawks' end. There'll be a face-off dot right here above the blue line. And that clearing attempt looked like it hit a teammate there from Hooks. Trying to get it out, but maybe that was a good thing, kind of slowed the puck down a little bit. So here comes Hempfield, one last rush. And Shaw cut off nicely right there by Graff. And he pounds it back down into the Hempfield end. Hooks able to track it down, fighting out of the corner, centering pass. Oh, and Becker kicked the post to dislodge the net. I believe he made the initial save, Dave.
Yeah, I think so too, and then the net got knocked off the board.
Yeah, Graff had a point-blank chance right there. And Becker, as he was kicking to knock that puck away, got a piece of that post and dislodged the net. .115 left here, first period. Face-off one cleanly, Todorov. Shot blocked down from the point. I'll tell you what, we're going even further back on the Wayback Machine here with the music. Dave, I'll give you $1 if you can name the group. It's called the Shoop Song.
Oh, okay.
Salt and Pepper. So we went from the Real Slim Shady, which came out in about, I don't know, 2001. Now that's the Shoop Song by Salt and Pepper. That came out in probably like 96, 97. May have still been in high school.
They pulled that CD out of their
It had to be on a CD. Who has that in a digital file? It's got to be on a CD. So final 40 seconds of play here in the first period. Armstrong on top, 2-1 over Hempfield. Couple of Chase Huff goals. And a shorty by Nick Bruno for the Spartans. Shot in on Morris. Swallowed up with 30.7 seconds left. As a reminder to folks out there in high school hockey, there is no intermission break between the first and the second periods, only between the second and third. Centering pass over the stick right there of the Spartans' assistant captain. And that was number 5 for Hempfield, Colin Crivello. Oh, big check right there as Hoffman takes a shoulder from Caden Horton. And that'll do it in the first period. 2-1 Armstrong. Couple of goals by Chase Huff. Second one is the difference right now. Hempfield able to answer with a shorthanded goal by Nick Bruno to make it 2-1 after Armstrong had taken a 2-goal lead. Thanks once again to Night Courts Restaurant, our game sponsor this evening. Night Courts, great place to grab a bite up on top of the hill in Fort Cliff. Stop in and see them. They'll hook you up good. Great food. Nice place. Sit down, have a beverage, hang out with friends, get a great meal, and watch the game. Night Courts, also great wings up there at Night Courts. I really feel like we're kind of like a hidden gem in Armstrong County of wing awesomeness. There's a lot of places you can go. Everybody's like, oh, they have the best wings. They have the best wings. They have the best wings. I'll tell you what, there's a ton of places you can go in this little county of ours that have amazing wings. Night Court's one of those places, so stop in. Give them a call, put in an order, pick it up, 724-763-7199. Night Courts Restaurant, our scoreboard sponsor and game sponsor this evening. Opening face-off second period, Yakmak trying to get control, pushes it ahead, and there's a tie-up. Oh man, that looked like it might get dicey there for a second between Jamison Yakmak and Ian Shaw of Hempfield, but both players kept their cool. Face-off controlled by Hempfield, but kept in by the Riverhawks. And they're going to keep it down low. Hempfield trying to get it out. There's Landgraf over there mixing it up with Crivello. And Armstrong keeps the puck in. A blast by Franceschi. Goes wide of the net. Might have hit something on the way in. Landgraf loses the puck. And trying to get it back. Riverhawks really working for it right now. Tutak able to get it back. Here's check in. Wrist shot in on Becker and stopped. So Blaze Becker has been tested in net by these Riverhawks tonight, giving up those 2 goals to Chase Huff, but he has stood pretty strong since then. Face-off one cleanly shot. Oh, deflected there off of the skate of Rulo and wide. Hoffman drops it off to Huff, tries to backhand, centering pass to Rulo, but Hempfield there to cut it off. And Mirando keeps it in. Pass off the boards. Miranda, wrister off the post. Rebound loose in front. And the Riverhawks can't pounce on it as Hempfield comes the other way. Great scoring chance right there by Armstrong, and it was all set up by a perfect pass off the boards by Landgraf to Mirando. Turnover right there. Rulo loses his stick. Here's Huff. And it looked like number 26, Chase Spihar, got a stick on that right as Huff was trying to pull the trigger. for the Riverhawks. That puck bounces oddly off the boards, right in on Becker, and he covers it up. 15:04 left here, second period. Riverhawks holding a 2-1 advantage. Chase Huff, both goals for Armstrong this evening. And Nick Bruno, the shorty for the Spartans. Face off again, won by the Riverhawks. Franceschi fired that, but it ended up. Oh, excuse me, that was Bartygwin. Apologies. He fired that right into Austin Heron, who turned and whacked the puck all the way down for the icing. We're bouncing all around the musical spectrum here, Dave. That was Crazy Train. 2 songs. Yeah. We had Migos in there, Salt and Peppa. Wrister in. Oh, Becker doesn't know where it is, but blown dead. So a break there for Hempfield. Becker had no idea where that puck was. It was actually sitting between those 2 pillows. And the officials lost sight of it. So whistle dead. That will bring a face-off out to the right of Becker. And the Riverhawks again control off the face-off. They've been pretty dominant. Oh, right in front, and Landgraf could not elevate the puck right there. That puck bounced right out onto his stick. And if Landgraf's able to get that puck 10 inches off the ice, that's a goal. But he was unable to elevate it. And Becker threw that left leg out, made a nice save to keep this game 2-1. Well, again, the Riverhawks control. Centering pass by Tutak. Too strong for Braden Landgraf. Landgraf out there finds the puck. Yeah. Well, you know what? I'll tell you what. Becker has done that a couple of times, Dave, has dislodged that net when he's sprawling. And I'm not sure if it's on purpose or, if it's just, a lack of body awareness. But he's been able to knock that net off, I'm going to think, 3-4 times already. So that puck in deep. Kutch after it. Todorov will take it now. And Todorov taking off the puck right there nicely by Hempfield's Caden Horton. Oh, there's going to be a penalty. Oh, man, it looks... Look at Jamison Yakmak. He's telling official Trago that number 25, Logan Iseman, was pulling the flop, and it worked. And you saw they were both getting up off the ice, and Yakmak barely touched him, gave him a little, little forearm. Well, you know what the old saying is, Dave, you're a football guy. They always call the second guy. And same goes in hockey. So the Spartans are back on the power play. They're going to call that roughing. Unbelievable. That was the softest roughing call I've ever seen, but oh boy, and here comes Hoffman out of there with it after the block shot. Hoffman on a breakaway, busts in on Becker, and again the net comes off. And they're going to call interference, and rightfully so. Rightfully so there, Dave. So we're going to have some 4-on-4 hockey here as Hoffman able to block that shot and have the awareness to knock it down right in front of him, kick it forward with the skate. Are they going to call a penalty shot right here? Oh, yes, they are. Caleb Hoffman going to get a penalty shot, rare in high school hockey. Well, that was the original call, was interference. And Becker doing some work on his mask right now, it looks like, trying to get the helmet in order. But it looks like it's going to be a penalty shot here for Caleb Hoffman. It is going to be a penalty shot, Dave. Oh boy, haven't seen one of those this year. And Caleb Hoffman a chance to make it 3-1 Riverhawks here with 13:08 left. Oh, Hoffman fires, but guess what? Becker is up to the challenge. The blocker knocks it aside. Score remains 2-1 Riverhawks. Hoffman decided to pull that a little further out than I thought. Thought he might try and break in a little bit more, but pulled that wrist shot from between the circles. And Becker makes the save, so score remains 2-1. And Riverhawks force a turnover, pounded down into the Hempfield end. Back the other way, Franceschi gets it out. Oh, planted, and Hooks and Horton going at it right there, right in front of us. Puck blasted down deep once again by Armstrong, but here come the Spartans trying to set up a power play here with 45 seconds left on this man advantage, and that puck gets fast. Short, after it is Bartygwin, but Short able to recover. Turnover right there, Bartygwin trying to go after it. And Hempfield back the other way, approaching 12 minutes to play here in the second period. Another turnover, Bruno. Well, not exactly a turnover, but lost it out of the offensive end. And then Owen Check fires it all the way down. So that'll kill it. Yeah, kill a couple more seconds, but here's a nice pass. Too strong off the stick of Hempfield's number 71. That's J.J. Williams. And that'll do it for that penalty to Hoffman. So Riverhawks kill it off. And Tutak with it. Oh, he fires a wrist shot, blockered away by Becker. And out of their end come the Spartans. Landgraf giving Villela some pressure on the way down. Turnover. And that puck might be a little too long for Tutak. No icing, though. And Tutak with a steal. Wyatt Tutak indeed flying out there, as Dave said. Turning on the Jets. Mirando had his initial shot blocked, came up with it, but then lost the puck. Here's Landgraf. He's got two Spartans on his left, trying to get it down deep. He's into the corner somehow. Landgraf out of there with it. Backhander goes through the crease, and we're going to get a whistle. Is the net off again, Dave? No, I think it is. I think it is. Well, I'll tell you what. That's one thing that, for better or for worse, has really kind of helped Hempfield tonight. Yeah. Becker knocking that puck, or knocking that net off its moorings, and that stops the play. And Armstrong has been buzzing. So that face-off won by Hoffman. Here's Rulo in the corner. Hoffman around to take the puck off the boards. Franceschi fires it, looking for a deflection from Huff. Too far for his stick. And Hoffman came in there trying to deliver a check to Bruno, but Bruno kind of shrugged that one off. Puck back to the Riverhawks. Franceschi hits a little pop-up there to second base. And underneath it, to snag it out of the air, is Blaze Becker. 10:09 left here, second period. You're watching High Top Sports Network. Josh Schreckengoss with Dave Hartman here this evening on this night courts game night. Oh, Huff looking for the Hattie. Couldn't get it. Right pad save. And Bruno coming flying back. Oh boy, wrist shot high and wide over the right shoulder of Dylan Morris. And that play was all set up by Bruno as Caden Horton came down there, found the loose puck, had a good scoring opportunity. It's going to be an icing here against Armstrong. But I'll tell you what, Bruno made that play with that speed. As we said in the open, Nick Bruno, not the biggest guy, but boy, can he fly. Showed it on the shorthanded goal and showed it again right there as he got down there between two Riverhawks with the puck. The loose puck ended up on the stick of Caden Horton, who shot it high and wide. This off the face-off into the glove of Dylan Morris. Dylan Morris, as you may know, leads PIHL Class AA in victories this year in net. Been very strong in goal. Here's a chance for the Riverhawks. Bartigwin after it, but knocked away by the Spartans. Kept it in right on the blue line there. And poked away out into the neutral zone, back into the Armstrong end. And still kept in there by Hempfield. Scrum for it along the boards. See who comes out of there with it. It's the Riverhawks. That was Graff. Pushes it into the neutral zone. Right back, and I think that puck might have touched a Hempfield player's glove hanging over the bench right there. May have been Bruno's, actually. Because I saw him kind of leaning down over the bench, and that puck got up into the Hempfield bench, so the face-off outside of the neutral zone going to come to center ice, I believe. Shot and past the glove hand of Becker. And a little tie up there, Yakmak in the corner. He was down there with Nick Krupel, number 86 for the Spartans. Behind the net, Landgraf skates it all the way out, backhands it in. Looking for Huff right there. The Krupel able to get it out. Mirando fires it deep. And Huff backhands it down. Tutak looking for the backhand centering pass for Hoffman. Cut off there by the Spartans. And down, we approach 7 minutes and 35 seconds left here in this second period. Armstrong 2, Hempfield 1. We got a 3-on-2. If the Riverhawks hurry, here's Huff. Fires it again. Becker doesn't know where it is. Puck loose. And somehow that puck pushed back into Becker's pads by his teammates. Woo. I'll tell you. Well, Becker had to stand his ground. I don't know if Becker's using those posts to push off. I mean, there's a fine line there. If you watch goaltenders in the NHL, they go post to post, and those skates do touch the post, but they do a good job keeping them on. Becker's dislodged the net several times tonight. That puck shot wide there by Czech. Franceschi tracks it down. And a turnover there by the Riverhawks. And just pitchforked out of there. High stick waved off. We're under 7 minutes. In on Morris. Sticks it aside. And puck still bouncing around the Armstrong end. Trying to get it forward. Here's Chase Huff, one-on-one. Trying to get around a man. Looking for the wraparound. Oh, can't finish. And we are going to have a penalty. Believe it's hooking. And that one may go against Austin Heron, number 44. So Heron will head to the penalty box. 6:13 left here, second period. Armstrong with the man advantage as Journey blares through the speakers. Don't stop believing. Controlled off the faceoff by Armstrong. Two-tack tries to put it on net, blocked down. But Landgraf comes out of there with it. Landgraf over to Hoffman. Drops it back to Landgraf. Landgraf in the corner right now. Hoffman looking. Gets it across the check. Wrister knocked down in front of the Hempfield net by number 7, Nick Eberhardt. Oh, Rulo, just a step off sides right there as that long pass hit him, but he was already moving both of those skates you saw over the blue line before the puck was. So that'll be an offsides against the Riverhawks. Bring it back down. Yeah, it's too tough to do right there. At least there are lines in soccer, or lines in hockey, you know. You don't see that in soccer. The official has to call it. Here comes Huff. Brings it up. There's Hooks. Bartigwin going to the front of the net. And that puck knocked away. But still in control of it is Hooks. Centering pass for Bartigwin over his stick. And Todorov able to keep it in. Another centering pass attempt. That's off a skate. And turned over. Todorov. There's a shot by Hooks. He gets it back. But it's up off of Becker and toward the back of the net. Armstrong still controlling. Only 33 seconds left on this man advantage. And Hempfield able to knock it all the way down the ice for clear. Nice pass up ahead to Hooks. He crosses the blue line. Drop it off for Graff behind the net. Cycles back to Huff. And Huff back to Hooks. Todorov playing a little catch there with Hooks. And the penalty is over. And out of the box right now. Tried to find him deep. And they're going to wave off the icing right there. So Armstrong comes out of their own end. Here's Landgraf back to even strength. And that wrist shot. Oh, big collision by Hooks. And a whistle now. I was going to say that looked like a very clean hit, and I would have been highly disappointed if that were a penalty on Hooks because, yeah, it looked very clean. That puck into the Armstrong bench, so face-off at center ice once more. 3:51 left here, second period on this Night Courts Restaurant game night. Night Courts in Ford Cliff. Give them a call. Place your order. 724-763-7199. Hempfield, that's a 1-on-2. Wrister Easily saved there by Morris. Well, Pritchett battling with Landgraf right there, and Pritchett, boy, got a hand over top, and that's got to be a penalty. You saw Pritchett, Landgraf kind of undercut him right there to get to the puck, and Pritchett. Well, that's interesting. That I mean, that's I don't get that. Because you saw Pritchett use the free hand to basically grab Landgraf's shoulder and throw him off the puck, but we're going to get offsetting minor penalties. Wyatt Tutak to the box. Yeah, that was behind the play. You're right, Dave. I'm going to wait and see if they put it up on the big board. Right now, Riverhawks lead in shots. 21-14 over the Spartans. Yeah, puck right there. Trying to backhand was Rulo. And Huff just backhands it. Trying to listen for the penalty calls. Well, we knew it was Wyatt Tutak. Oh boy! And oh, how does it stay out? Unbelievable. Rulo deflected it off the post. And the net is off again, Dave. And let me tell you, the Armstrong Riverhawks faithful are unhappy with the fact that every time the puck gets in that blue paint, just so happens to magically have the net dislodge. But Rulo had two chances right there. The deflection off the post, and then he tried the backhand, and that is when Becker dislodged the net. 2:30 left here in the second period. I got to tell you, it's getting to a point of ridiculousness that the officials have to say something. You can't just keep kicking the net off its moorings to stop play, and yet there have been no warnings or no signals by the officials that, you know, seem to address the issue. Hoffman to Huff, 2-on-1, all by himself, and in for the goal is Rulo. And as they say in basketball, ball don't lie, and right there the puck didn't lie for the Riverhawks, as after Becker had dislodged that net, forced another faceoff after the Riverhawks were in close, and Rulo was denied off the post. He comes back on the 2-on-1 and able to deposit that puck into the net. 3-1 Riverhawks. Jason Rulo top shelfing it from Logan Hooks. And that makes it 3-1 Riverhawks as we are under 2 minutes left here in the second period. Armstrong looking to maintain its spot atop the PIHL Class AA standings. They have looked like the better team all night, aside from that one lapse where Nick Bruno got loose and scored that immaculate shorthanded goal. Adam Hooks right there getting mixed up with Villela. And that puck chipped deep into the Armstrong end, but able to play it correctly right out. Riverhawks did a good job right there. Miranda was the one that started it. So 1 minute, a little bit less than a minute, 50 seconds remaining here in this second period, thanks to Night Courts Restaurant in Fort Cliff, our game sponsor this evening. Oh, Yakmak trying to get inside of Short. Yakmak battling for it. And Landgraf comes out of there with it, but loses the puck. And Miranda backhander. And that's going to be played with a high stick. Oh, that's going to be an interference call. So Armstrong back to the power play. 28.6 seconds left here in the second period. Riverhawks going back on the man advantage. As Short gone in there and mixed it up. And will be whistled for the interference call. Face-off controlled once again by Armstrong. They have been excellent in the circle. That shot by Hoffman kicked away by Becker. Back to Hoffman. Spin move right here. Trying to keep it in. Gets it deep. There's Yakmak. Back out to Hoffman. Hoffman again sends it in. Looking for the redirect by Landgraf. But Bruno able to poke it away for the Spartans. And that's going to do it for the second period. Armstrong Riverhawks get a goal late, courtesy of Jason Rulo from Logan Hooks. Rulo going top shelf on the 2-on-1, beating Becker to make it 3-1 Armstrong here on this Night Courts Restaurant game night. You are watching High Top Sports Network. My name is Josh Reckengost here with Dave Hartman. Had a good one so far. Riverhawks on top, trying to maintain that momentum in the PIHL Class AA standings. So Dave and I are going to step away here for the intermission break, and we will be back for the third period. Thanks so much for tuning in. Got that glizzy, as the kids say. I don't know why hot dogs are called glizzies, but I made a valiant effort, a valiant attempt to get around there. I waited until it thinned out. Boom! Got my hot dog. Welcome back to High Top Sports Network. My name is Josh Reckengost here with Dave Hartman. Riverhawks up 3-1 as we approach the third period of play. Saw some of the Armstrong girls basketball players have made it down here to help fill up the student section following their win over Newcastle. Emma Paul recording her 1,000th career point as a junior in just 57 games, Dave. Yeah, Joe Rhodes was on the call with Logan Badak, and they had all the stats. Kenzie Lasher, the only other 1,000-point scorer in Armstrong history. It took her 77 games. So Emma did it in 20 less games. And right now, these Riverhawks looking to hold on for yet another PIHL Class AA victory here at home. They are undefeated at home this year, Dave. Saw head coach Eddie Jeremy over there while I was waiting for said glizzy. And he goes, you know what? We want that home playoff game. That's one thing that he told me. That's what we're playing for right now. Yeah, first place is nice. Yeah, it's nice to get accolades. They're sending several players to the PIHL All-Star games, but they are looking for that home playoff game to get it started in the postseason. Landgraf, that shot blocked out, and somehow it ends up. Well, you know what? It got blocked down in front, and it ended up right on Landgraf's stick, and then the quick backhand goes up over the left shoulder of Blaze Becker. And I haven't even had a chance to adjust the scoreboard. It is the third period, and now it is 4-1 Riverhawks. Braden Landgraf, sick stick work right there. Making it 4-1 Armstrong. So the Riverhawks jump on the Spartans here early in the third period. Power play goal. You're right, Dave. Thank you for pointing that out. Power play goal for the Riverhawks as they ended that second period with the man advantage, and Braden Landgraf able to get it in there. Off the block shot came right down to him. Quick backhand up over the shoulder of Becker. Well, there comes a stick flying out of there for Hempfield. Not sure which player that was. I believe it was 77 for the Spartans. Got a whistle here. Ian Shaw was the Spartan that lost that stick. Unbelievable. And that is Shaw with a cross check. How do you cross check when you lose your stick, Dave? Nonetheless, Armstrong on the power play once again. And they have been dynamite in the face-off circle tonight. Oh, quick shot by Yakmak from a tough angle. Two-tack over to Hoffman. In the middle looking for Landgraf. That puck knocked out into the neutral zone by the Spartans. Landgraf Controlling the puck, gets it Hoffman, over to Yakmak, back to Hoffman. Ooh, that pass by Yakmak. It was kind of a no-look. As you saw from Yakmak right there, he kind of no-looked it, trying to find Hoffman at the point, and it was a little bit too wide over the blue line. And check.
Fresh ice didn't help him either.
Yeah, no.
Really picked up speed quick.
Oh, you got a good point there, Dave. That fresh ice going flying across that blue line right there and ended up offside. So now we got check. I didn't see what Trago called right there, but it looked 2 minutes on check. And check is still, he's got his hands outstretched. Interference is the call. Correct you are, Dave. So check in the box right now for the Riverhawks. Make it 4-on-4 hockey for about 53 seconds. And guess what? When it's 4-on-4, you can't just pound it down the ice. Icing goes against the Hempfield Spartans. Now we're on to the Spice Girls. I'm telling you what, I don't know where we're going. I don't know who's controlling the music over there. I'm going to have to go over and figure this out. I heard that. So again, the Riverhawks control off the faceoff. I'll tell you what, Armstrong has been so good in the faceoff circle tonight. That's got to be something that, yeah, feels like every one, honestly. That's got to be something that head coach Eddie Jeremy will be happy about when reviewing this game film. And keeping it in is Todorov. Backhander. Oh, that's a hand pass. Well, it ended up being on the stick of a Riverhawk, so. Oh, boy, Huff. Looking for the chance for the hat trick right there, Dave. What a pass.
That's a one-timer. He kicked it off the moorings again.
I've never seen it. The amount of times, because you're taught as a goaltender to push from post to post.
I tried to watch it that time, and it looks like he is pushing off of him.
Well, Becker will cover that one up off the faceoff. 13:01 left here in the third period. And the Spartans now on the man advantage for 48 seconds off the faceoff. Hooks takes a shot. Yes, it did. Batted down in front. Riverhawks dump it in deep. And a turnover right there by Hempfield. So Landgraf whips it all the way around the boards. Off the boards comes Hooks. And that stick over the top right there. No call. And now Hempfield will regroup. Breakaway here, Braden Landgraf in on net, and he scores! Trying to come out was Becker, looking to come out and try and poke check it away, came way out of his crease, and Landgraf just sidestepped it and dropped it in for the goal. Armstrong up 5-1. Braden Landgraf, a pretty marker right there. Oh, man alive. And give credit to Becker. He made up his mind. He was coming out. And well, you know what? That's one of those things where it's like, are you going to wait for a guy to deke you 8 times? No, he came flying out and tried. He thrusted that stick. He challenged and lost. Very aptly put. And the Riverhawks come back the other way. Puck in the Hempfield. Oh, a loose puck. That one got deflected in on Becker and popped up in front of the net again. Trying to throw it on net there was Simpson. And Hempfield right now, they are, you can tell they're kind of deflated. Well, there's a scrum behind the play with Hoffman and Short, I believe. I mean, we're going all over the place musically. That was Macklemore. I'm trying to identify everything that comes up just because I know it's not a set playlist. Somebody is bouncing it around.
Just random music. They've definitely got it on shuffle.
Yes. Well, shot right there. Goes wide of the net. And out of there's Bordigwin. Oh, that puck came loose right in front of Becker and able to pop it out was number 71, J.J. Williams for the Spartans. Oh, man, coming in with a big hit right there was Colin Crivello. Yakmak tips it in deep. We approach 10 minutes left in regulation. Riverhawks comfortably in front here, 5-1. And Franceschi comes out from behind his own net, gonna circle back, backhand it off the boards to Jamison Yakmak. Push it up front. Here's Wyatt Tutak coming in, 2-on-1 maybe. And a wrister sticked away by Becker. Oh, man. I think the net's off again, Dave. Yes, it was. Net was off again, but since the play was going the other way, the official just fixed it. And no stoppage. Puck sent down. I believe that was touched up by one of the Spartans. Yeah, Eisenman, I believe, touched that puck. Oh, Huff getting a stick there. Eisenman. Oh, boy, it's going to be a penalty, and Hooks. I think Hooks is going to get whistled on this. Well, Eisenman was up under him, and I think Hooks grabbed the stick. That's kind of what it looked like. I mean, we had the perfect vantage point for it here, Dave, right below us. And, oh, they're both going to the penalty box here, so offsetting. But I'll tell you what, Eisenman was around Hooks' chest, torso area, and Hooks kind of turned his elbow to lock that stick and then fall. So it looked like Eisenman was hooking him. Well, the outcome of that little scrum right there is matching minors. As we have Hooks and Eisenman in the box for a couple of minutes. Well, here's Hoffman trying to swing it across to Rulo. Unable to, but loose puck. Rulo comes out of there with it. Here's Hoffman. And another. Oh, my goodness, Dave.
Ridiculous.
I'll tell you what.
The play wasn't even there.
And somehow, some way, the net ended up off its moorings. Once again.
How can they not warn him about it?
I don't know. I don't know what you say. Well, there was the first face-off right there. Won by Hempfield cleanly, but Armstrong able to hold it in. Todorov tracks it down. Here's Graff. Cycle it back to Simpson. Back to Graff. Turnover right there in the neutral zone, but Simpson able to track it down. Here's Hooks. Comes up with the loose puck, still in. And Hooks comes out of there with it. Able to knock the puck out of midair. Hooks, little dangle. And just throws it toward the net. Becker reaching for it, but puck's still alive. Simpson trying to pinch right there. Todorov back. Wow, they're going to call that?
Yep. He threw his hand up instantly.
I mean, well, Chrisman is going to go to the cross check. I don't know. I mean, hey, I'm not down there on the ice. I'm maybe 20 feet above it, and seems pretty clear to our angle, but you know what? Riverhawks are down a man right now in Hempfield. Boy, they're going to need to score in bunches and in a hurry if they want to get back in this one, but Landgraf able to clear it. I heard a whistle. No whistle? Thought I heard a whistle right there. And here comes Bruno with a lot of speed. Gets it over to Shaw, dumps it back to short, looking for an angle, fires it wide. And that's going to go all the way around the boards and out. 6:20 left here, third period. And an offsides call goes against the Spartans. Eisenman comes out of the box. Face off, won by Armstrong. Two-tack gives the puck up and out of there with speed. Come the Spartans. Bruno creeping on that right side. Puck loose in front of the net. Pounding at it is Hempfield. We'll take a look. That was Caden Horton getting in there and mixing it up a little bit off that loose puck. Exactly 6 minutes left here. And we have come full circle to vanilla ice. I mean, it's a magical mystery tour, to quote an actual real band, the Beatles. Backhand up over the net right there by Eisenman, no good. I mean, it was was the right idea. Oh, and here comes Two-tack out of there with it. Fires a wrist shot on Becker with the save and another whistle. And we got a penalty. And I'll tell you what, unhappy with that call is assistant captain Caden Horton. He's going to slams the penalty box door. I was going to say, yeah, I waited for you to call that one out. Because as soon as it hit, you started laughing. And
I was just thinking, we've heard every joke.
yeah. Exactly. But we got a little Shania. Your night ain't complete without a little Shania.
We've hit almost everything.
Oh, we've hit everything. 5:27 left, third period. Riverhawks will have a power play for about a minute 23 here shortly.
They've been doing a great job this period keeping it in Hempfield's end.
Oh, yeah, for sure. I mean, they've controlled the face-off circle. They've really controlled time of possession. Armstrong has done a great job tonight all the way around. And Hooks gets tied up with official Trago. But out of here comes Eberhardt for Hempfield. Eberhardt with the puck. And the Riverhawks going to have a power play here for a minute. And we are under 4 minutes and 30 seconds left here in regulation. Armstrong 5, Hempfield 1. Shot sticked away there by Becker. Fight for it. Yeah, along the boards. I think we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 players mixed up in that scrum and holding it against the wall. You can't touch this. It's hammer time. I'll tell you what, I got to figure this out. I got to find out who's in charge. Oh, man, the student section getting a selfie with Owen Check before the face-off. Through the glass selfie. I mean, you can do that stuff when you're up 5-1. If I were Owen Check and this were a tight game, I would have smacked that glass with my stick. So the penalty is over. Back to even strength here. 3:25 left in regulation. Riverhawks ahead 5-1. And looking to maintain that lead. First place in the PIHL Class AA standings. Oh, two-tack, a little drag through 2 defenders, but he gets knocked off the puck. And all the way back around to Franceschi. Dumps it low, two-tacks, fires it through the crease. Nobody there, Check able to keep it in. Oh, two-tack tried to find Landgraf, who was hauled down, and they're going to... I'll tell you what, Jamison Yakmak, you got to give him a lot of credit coming out there to defend his captain, who got absolutely hauled down with no call there, Dave. I mean, Landgraf, in a purely stationary shooting position, that puck came to his stick, and I didn't see the number of the Hempfield player, but he got hauled down from behind. And Jamison Yakmak came to his captain's defense right there. So we got, well, is that Bruno over there? No, I can't tell who is in the box for Hempfield. Number 3, I believe. Jamison Yakmak. Well, we got no 3s on this roster that I have. Well, a big hit here at neutral ice and knocked to the ground. Or knocked to the ice. Yeah, I was going to say knocked to the ground. There's no ground here. It's a frozen surface. So the Spartans will have a power play. 2 minutes, 19 seconds left. And I believe that was Simpson that went to the sin bin for the Riverhawks. Poked away. And Armstrong just trying to kill this final 110 seconds. Down under 150 to play. Well, that one off of Hoffman's shin pad. And Hempfield coming the other way with short. Here's Bruno. Bruno dumps it back. Oh, plowed over. Was Tutak, but able to get the puck ahead to Hoffman. Hoffman, a little dangle, trying to go around and unable to get around. Number 4, that's Alex. I want to say his name correctly, so got to zoom in on my phone roster. Smiley. Another selfie with Owen Check at the blue line.
He didn't have time to look up.
Yeah, I'm telling you, yeah. The previous one he did, but here's Bruno, drops it off to Eberhardt. Oh, Eberhardt leaves Graff on it. Knocked away. Good save there by Morris on the shot by Eberhardt, who made a great move to get around Graff. Now Graff knocks that puck out of midair, and Hempfield, with just about 45 seconds left in regulation, they're going to fall here tonight at the Belmont Complex to the Armstrong Riverhawks. To first place, Armstrong Riverhawks continuing their winning ways, undefeated at the Belmont this year. And that is why they are playing so hard in these games, the rest of the schedule. Oh man, high stick around Huff's neck. And finally, I mean, that stick was up under his helmet. 17.8 seconds left, and I mean, sometimes it gets a little chippy at the end of hockey games, Dave. But these Riverhawks continuing their winning ways and continuing their dominant ways at the Belmont Complex. And as I was saying prior to the penalty, that's why they are fighting so hard. They want that home playoff game so bad. And matching minors, why not? 17.8 seconds left. But these Riverhawks, they want a Penguins Cup and they want a state championship. And it's getting chippy. In the corner right there, cross-check in the back, not called. Not called, and the final seconds tick away. Armstrong is victorious. 5-1 Riverhawks. And I'll tell you what, that's one place where the officials, I mean, it's a balancing act, and it's a tough job out there. I don't like to be critical of officials ever. It's a tough job out there to try and maintain balance, not call every single penalty, because you see them happening all over the place. And make sure, yeah, got to be consistent, but make sure this game gets to its conclusion with everybody intact, everybody healthy. And that seems to be the case here as the Riverhawks put the finishing touches on a 5-1 victory over Hempfield. And Armstrong getting stronger down the stretch. Dave, you know, I took a look at their remaining schedule prior to this game. Obviously, no one in front of them. They're in first place. But these are teams that they should take care of. You know, the Marses, the Hempfields, the Butlers. These are the teams that Armstrong should make some hay against here at the conclusion of the regular season. Thank you to Night Courts Restaurant for being our game sponsor this evening. Remember, you can put in your order, pick it up, 724-763-7199. Stop up to Night Courts. Great place to sit down and have a meal. Or order some takeout, some pickup. Hey, I don't like to cook all the time. I like to call Night Courts and say, hi, I'd like 3 burgers and a dozen wings and some fries. Can you handle that for me? Not only are they going to handle it, it's going to be chef's kiss money. So thank you to Night Courts for being our game sponsor this evening here on High Top Sports Network. Appreciate everyone tuning in out there. Tomorrow night got a boys basketball doubleheader. The Armstrong Riverhawks will be hosting the Woodland Hills Wolverines in some Whippeal 5A action, and also Freeport Yellow Jackets will be hosting the Knock Knights in some WPIHL 4A Section 1 action. So a couple of really big section games on the docket tomorrow night here on High Top Sports Network. Make sure you tune in. If you would like to be a sponsor of our coverage of high school amateur athletics here in Western Pennsylvania, be it Armstrong, Freeport, West Shamokin, Kiski, Highlands. We've had so many schools on the networks. We've done one-offs with a bunch of different schools. Plum comes to mind. Love the people down there in Plum Borough. But if you would like to be a sponsor or are interested in being a sponsor of our coverage of area amateur athletics, plenty of ways to find us. Search High Top Sports on Facebook. You can check out the website, hightopsportsnetwork.com. You can DM us on Twitter at hightop_sports, or if you're old-fashioned like me and Dave, give us a ring on your rotary phone, 724-824-3554. That's going to do it for Dave Hartman and myself. Final score here from the Belmont. Armstrong Riverhawks 5, Hempfield Spartans 1. And our player of the game, I almost forgot to pick our player of the game tonight. Dave, who are you thinking? Balanced attack.
Yes, it was. Boris wasn't really challenged. Hempfield only had 15 shots on goal tonight, and Armstrong had 32.
Yeah, that's right.
16, I'm sorry. Armstrong's 32, so that's a tough one. It was a definite team effort tonight.
Well, I am going to put it out there and say Chase Huff, with those first 2 goals, I thought it really set the tone. And the Riverhawks, got up 2-0 early. Bruno came back with that shorty to make it 2-1, but ultimately Huff had the game-winning goal. So let's go with Chase Huff tonight, our High Top Sports Network player of the game. And again, if you'd like to be the player of the game sponsor, feel free to reach out to us, and we can certainly work something out. We got a few more games throughout the end of the regular season here from the Belmont. We're also going to be doing the Freeport area Yellow Jackets senior night game on February 2nd. And plenty of opportunities to be a sponsor for that game as well. Freeport falling tonight in a shootout to Norwin prior to this game. All right, well, that will do it for Dave Hartman and myself, Josh Schreckengoss. Thanks so much for tuning in. Everyone, stay safe.